episode 3 of Beta Testing in the Kitchen. Today we are going to be doing something slightly different than normal, because we're going to be doing something that I actually already know how to make and have been eating it for years. The only reason why we're doing this is because not a lot of people know about it from what I understand. It's very simple to make. And this is all you need to make it. Today we will be making cheese spaghetti. Fan favorite of mine because I'm a huge fan of cheese. And yeah, so that is what today's episode will be about. So let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and get some water going on here. I've probably talked to at least, 20 different people about this, and apparently none of them have ever heard about this combination, I guess, which is always been mind-boggling to me because I'm like, my mom used to make this for me all the time as a child. So, I guess, I don't know, I kind of just thought it was a normal thing, but I guess not. But this is actually one of my favorite dishes to have, other than macaroni, which I don't know why this keeps getting put over here. So I'm going to move this on to the outside, because this one actually works better than the other one does. So I'm going to do this. My mom has been bugging me all week about trying to make this, because she's had a huge craving for it. So this is what we're doing today. I still don't have a cameraman, unfortunately, so it's kind of a one-man show right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some butter into the water here to kind of give it more and hopefully keep the spaghetti noodles from sticking together. So, nice big old stick of butter. Again, one-man show, so you're going to get a lot of close-ups. So you get a good enough amount of butter in there. Oh, sorry. I'm on. There we go. I hope you guys aren't like someone who, like my mom is, who actually sticks the butter in her mouth after she eats it. Yes, I'm talking about you. Because that is freaking gross. I don't know how you do that. What'd you say, though? I'm here at the house because of you and your infection. Besides, I gave you credit for making this as a child. I give you some credit. I mean, if you actually want all the credit, you can cook this for me and I can just watch you do it. Because you do make this better than I do. Alright, so here we're just waiting for the butter to melt here. And while that's melting, I'm actually going to go ahead and pre-cut the Velveeta because that's a pain in the ass to do. I don't know why I never thought about pre-cutting the Velveeta before I actually mix it. Alright, so let's see if I can get a good camera angle here of me cutting this because I'm no cameraman. What's that? Yeah, why is he such a big deal about it? I'm not showing anything like our address or anything like that. Well, he doesn't have to be on camera. That's fine. I can just make it seem like I'm just recording it. I'll put it up on the thing later. He doesn't have to know it. He doesn't have to know that it's live. So, Dr. Pepper. So we're gonna put this in the bowl. So I found out recently from a friend of mine that apparently the initials of BTK has to apparently go back to a documentary about a serial killer. Which I didn't know about that. I don't even remember who the guy was about. I think it had something to do with like kidnapping women and strangling them or something like that. Which poses the question is, should I change the name of the show to reflect that so that people don't get the wrong idea about what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm making one box. You think that'd be enough? Or should I do 2 boxes?
No, 1 box. I won't eat that much, but...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Alright. Do you mind keeping him a little bit preoccupied? This shouldn't take more than maybe like 10 just depends on how long it takes for the noodles to, because...
Noodles only take... Those
Yeah, but my noodles have to come out. I always either overcook them or they just stick too much.
Well,
That's why I put the butter in there to hope that'll help that out.
well, no, you should put oil in there.
Alright, we'll throw some oil in there.
Butter will do it, but you don't have enough water in there.
I got plenty of
No,
water.
you don't. You don't have enough water in there.
Alright, well, throw some more water in there.
Well, maybe that's what makes it. Yeah, you could do it.
I don't care. It's just like mine. Okay. I don't even have any viewers, so I'm not really worried about it. So, cutting with some delicious cheese. Anyway, where did I leave off of? Oh, that's right. So this series was supposed to be based off a serial killer, from what I understand. Which gives me the reason why I should change the name to from beta testing in the kitchen to maybe just kitchen beta testing. Therefore, it won't be BTK anymore, it'll be KBT. So we'll see what happens.
Once the water starts to boil, I think.
I know how to cook this, I'm just not the best at it.
I was gonna say I'll come mix it up if you want me to.
Oh god, I hate mixing that. That's such a pain in the butt. I don't know why mixing spaghetti noodles is like the hardest thing for me to do in the world. Like, I have to do with my bad shoulder too, but we'll see.
Yeah, you just cook it for 5 minutes, so it doesn't take long to cook it.
Alright, now do you mind if I break the noodles up? Because that's what I do when I make my spaghettis. I break the noodles up. At least
fine.
I break them in half at least
No,
once.
that's fine. You can break them up. I was gonna cut mine up either way.
Well, I know you used to do that when I was a kid, so that's why I kind of figured. Alright, well then, sure, I'll break them at least once. Maybe twice. Alright, so, anyway, y'all mind getting back to me and let me know what y'all think, if we should keep it as beta testing in the kitchen, or switch it to kitchen beta testing. Either one's really fine with me. I kind of think I'm leaning toward doing kitchen beta testing. I think beta testing in the kitchen is just a little too long. So here we got our cheese bowl. Nice, delicious cheese. Also, you want to, if you're a big, cheese fan like I am, you can use the whole block of cheese if you want. I love cheese. I don't care if it gets me blocked. Which it rarely ever does. Cheese never really blocks me. Pickles, on the other hand, whoo, that drains me. Don't want to be around me when I have pickles. So how y'all doing today? I believe it's Saturday. Saturday, 11th today? I don't know. Anyway, so this one isn't going to be as long as the other 2 videos were. So that shouldn't be a big deal. Oh my god, yes. Delicious cheese. I'm going to go ahead and use the whole block since we have another one in the fridge that I had to pick up earlier today. Why is that Dr. Pepper like giving me such a weird aftertaste? I don't know. I'm also down to taking suggestions for new recipes if anybody would like to message me some, give me some ideas about future recipes. Because I have an idea for another recipe that I want to try making that sounds pretty freaking gross, but I'm hoping I can make a miracle out of it. It is actually going to be, this one probably won't be until next month though. This will be a steak covered with strawberry jelly, topped with onion crusts, then topped with barbecue sauce. Don't puke anymore after hearing that description, Mom. You starting to feel it again?
What?
Being sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything just wears me out.
My what?
Everything just wears me out.
I feel like that on a daily basis. That's just low iron for me, though. I got no iron because I don't know. Why do I have low iron? I don't know. That was one of my biggest things being told as a child from a doctor that I have low iron in my body. This is why I sleep a lot. But then again, I also love naps. Naps are like a man's best friend right there. Alright, so there's my stockpile of cheese that I will be using for the spaghetti. Do you remember when you started making this for me?
I was trying to make that. You're long time ago.
Well, I don't know where it's at.
I don't remember how I got one, but I was
Where did you come up with this thing? Where did you get this from?
Nanny.
Nanny? Nanny never made this.
Make it for me.
Shh.
Like it for at the time.
I'd be lucky if Nanny made me anything. The way that she treated me as a child. Oh, so did Nanny even make me anything other than eggs? I don't know. I know Mama used to make a lot of things as a child.
No, Nanny.
Other than coffee, I don't know anything else she's made. Maybe cereal. If that. Alright, so. Alright, let's switch it over here so y'all can get a good view of pasta going here. Here we go, we got the pasta going. Right now we just got water, butter, and oil. You put oil in it, right?
I didn't put any oil in,
Oh, I thought you were gonna put oil in it.
No, you've already got butter in it, so.
So? I will not short myself a flavor. I have no problem with that. I got no problem putting oil in there. Not a big deal to me. Shh, I'll throw some chocolate in there just to spice it up a little bit. Maybe one day I'll experiment with spaghetti. Maybe we can do chocolate spaghetti or something. Chocolate cheese spaghetti or something. I don't know. So I know this is going to be very boring to sit here and watch, literally watching water boil. Here's Chewy. I don't know what kind of dog she is, and personally, I don't care. Oh yeah, so she's a shit dog, is what it is. Yeah, I hear, she says Shih Tzu, I say shit dog. And this is Lily. Little Lily. I don't know what she is either. Oh, you want a belly rub? Okay. I'll give you a belly rub. There you go. There's a nice little belly rub. Chewy, Chewy, don't be jelly. Don't be jelly. Hey, don't be jelly. Alright, I'll give you belly rubs too, okay? I got one hand, I can do two things. Chewy, stop it. Stop it. Hey. Chewy. Chewy. Dogs. Oh yeah. So this is why I need a co-host. Because I'm a boring kind of person. Alright, so how are people in the chat? Can I see like who's in chat? I don't think I can. I don't know if I have the ability to see who's in the chat box. I can hide the chat, but no one's talking anyway, so let's get rid of that, I guess. Alright, well, whoever's here in the viewer chat box, thank you for at least showing up. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Ah, the days of watching water boil. Never thought you'd be so bored on a Saturday. Here, I'll do a little dance. Waiting for the water to boil, Ooh, you can feel the heat on there too. Ooh, yes. Waiting for the water to boil, boil. Boil. Boil! Alright, so last night it was a pretty fun day. Played with my good old friend Hoth. Some Back for Blood. Had a good time. We met, I don't know what the guy's name is, but called him Cycle. He's part of my friend's stream chat that we just joined us, and we were like, hey, come and join the stream, come join the game, let's have a blast. So he joined the match and kicked our butts. And this is a picture of me. This is my new haircut that I got. And this is me eating a piece of cheese. Because I love cheese. Oh yeah, delicious. Delicious. So, if you weren't here for episode 2, which I don't think anybody really was, episode 2, we attempted to make an Alfredo. That actually didn't turn out about as I thought it would. It looked horrible. I don't know how it smelled because I can't smell. But it didn't look horrible. Tasted pretty decently well, actually. I'm gonna be making a episode 2.1 with the same, well, not the same ingredients, some slightly different ingredients. And we're gonna see how that goes. And last time we used fettuccine pasta. Next time we are actually going to use penne pasta. Or whilst that boil, we'll go ahead and do this real fast. So, episode 2.1 will feature penne pasta, mixing in with 3 cans of the steak and potatoes, and whatever sauce it is. I forgot to get mushrooms, so I'm going to get some more mushrooms. Isn't there mushrooms in this already? I thought it said there was mushrooms in this, but it looks like there's a little bit of mushroom. I might have to. Anyway, put some mushroom in there, and I'm going to add some Alfredo sauce to that. So that's what we're going to be doing with the next episode. I will be adding some, I'm thinking about adding some cream of chicken to it, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I'm still debating on that. And we will be adding some celery to that. No, I don't think it's celery. Yeah. I don't know if it's celery or if it's lettuce. I don't know. I don't know vegetables. Again, here's my big bowl of cheese here that I cut and is ready to be poured in once it gets done cooking. Now, if you like spice, you can always add spices to it. This is purely just cheese for me, so I don't add spices to this. Unless you want to add like some salt or something like that. Himalayan salt or regular salt would be fine too. Pepper probably wouldn't be a bad idea either. Pepper's not, as long as you don't go overboard on the pepper, I think you can do pepper as well. Then episode 1 was Hawaiian macaroni, which was just macaroni mixed in with cheese, Velveeta cheese, mozzarella cheese, sour cream cheese, mixed in with ham and pineapples, which unfortunately that was a bust. That was a huge bust, unfortunately. So episode 1 was a bust. Episode 2 wasn't really that bad. Needs to be modified, which I have one more chance to modify it. And then today we're just making something simple. Now you can see my butter boiling. So now we're going to open up the pasta. We are going to be using angel hair pasta. That's just what I prefer to use, angel hair over regular spaghetti, but you can use really regular spaghetti, thin spaghetti, regular macaroni if you want to do that too, if you want to be that boring. Alright, so unfortunately I will have to separate the camera over so we can get going. I don't know if the angle's going to be any good. Probably not, because I don't have any like a stand or anything over here to put on. So you just got to bear with me here. Alright, so cheese out of the way. Angel hair pasta. Now, like I said, I like to break my pasta in half at least once. Sometimes I like to do it twice. And simply just to break the pasta, you just break it with your hands. anybody finds this to be like the worst thing ever, then unfortunately I don't care. It's my bus, I'll do what I want with it. Sit here, break it over it, slap it in there. Simple. Nothing too hard, nothing too difficult. Just, you know, like I said, I've eaten this since I was a kid. I think a lot of kids would probably like this if you make it for them. You know, especially ones that like macaroni and like spaghetti. And this would be a perfect, you know, dinner that you can make. It's simple to make, it's easy to make, it's, you know, pretty simple cleanup really. I mean, cheese is never really, I don't know, just making a mess now. You know, cleanup isn't that bad, so it's just whatever you want to do with it. I started making this probably about 9 or 10 years ago, maybe. I started cooking this on my own. Mine never come out to be as good as my mom's is. You know, if you want to, hang on a second. Now, if you want to be someone who actually wants to make it creamy, or add at least a little bit of liquid to it, you can always add milk, cream cheese, or not cream cheese, okay. You can add milk. I usually use creamer, the half and half creamers, or you could just use regular water. I'm not a big fan of milk. It tends to make me sick, and I just don't like it. I'm not lactose, I just don't like the taste of it. Creamer, you know, the half creamer that I usually use adds a distinct taste to it. It's not horrible to it. It actually makes it pretty decently better sometimes. But I usually sometimes tend to overdo it, so it always comes out a little bit watery, in my opinion. If you go down the water route, it's actually best to use a little bit of water just so you can get the mix. You don't want to use too much water, because then you'll get that watery taste. You'll get like a watery cheese taste, and that's just gross. So that's we'll see how this goes. If I need to add a little bit of water to it to make it to mix better, I can't speak proper English because I never could. We'll add water to it, but hopefully we won't have to do that, because I know that my mom doesn't like that. Not everybody agrees with the ingredients that I use or how I cook things. Most people in my family is my biggest hypocrite. They are. Now, growing up, I was always told I was a picky eater. And I guess you could say that I kind of was. But here I am now, I'm an adult. I'm trying some new ideas out when it comes to cooking. You know, seeing how things go, see how things try out, and we're just, you know, now that I'm mixing things together, you know, I'm asking for opinions, and you know what my parents tell me? That looks gross. Like, how would you know until you try? Like, it just sounds gross. I'm like, well, so does freaking broccoli, but, you know, as a kid, you're like, hey, eat it, it's good for you. Pretty much same concept to me, except for what I make isn't always healthy. Alright, anyway, so let me show you all some my spinning action here. I don't really know if there's a technique to use. I kind of just go in a circular motion here when I mix my spaghetti. I mean, sometimes I'll go back and forth like this, and up and down, but I don't really have a particular way of doing this. I mean, if you guys know of a way to stir this to where it doesn't stick, please let me know. Because making spaghetti items has always been the hardest thing for me to make because of the stickiness. So that's pretty much how that works. So. Alright, so here we go. Spinning, 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 spinning. What do we have in the pot? We have angel's hair. From the heavens? Nope, not from the heavens, from the store. Alright, so we're gonna let that go for a little bit. We're gonna turn down the heat all the way. The heat is all the way up, by the way, so we're gonna turn it down to about a 7. That way we can get a little bit of bubbliness, but hopefully not too much bubbles that it'll actually over bubble, because we don't want to do that. Now, I generally cook everything by sight. I don't really use a lot of measuring, unless I'm being very particular about what I'm cooking. Crazy. So apparently this originated from my grandmother. My great-grandmother, actually. Apparently she made it for my mom when she was a girl. And then somewhere down the line, my mom made it for me, and I've always loved having it. I mean, it's good. I don't know what else to really say about that. It's pretty much just like I said, macaroni, just different noodles, and a different type of cheese. Perfect for first dates, in my opinion. Perfect for kids. A quick snack. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the dryer, I think. It's going off in the background. Alright, we're gonna let this simmer for about another minute or so. Now it's 5:37, so we'll let it simmer for about another minute to a minute and a half. So, I wish I had more things to tell y'all, but unfortunately, I'm a very boring person, and I'm aware of that. You know, get a conversation started with me, and I'll actually talk better and talk more, and probably be a little bit more interesting. Oh man, I got blah. Whew. Dr. Pepper for you there. Alright, so a little bit longer, and then we'll drain the noodles. Almost spilled it there. Can you see that sizzling down there? Nah, it's too dark. It's like, see, this is all raw stuff. I don't make stuff perfect. I'm not a perfectionist. This is real life cooking with a real life person. Alright, so now that should be done cooking. We're gonna go ahead and put this down on low. The reason why you want to put it on low is in case the cheese doesn't melt with the heat of the noodles. You turn that on to low, and that way it will still cook a little bit, and it will help melt the cheese. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this to where y'all can see me strain this, which I don't know why you would want to see me drain this, but I'm trying to give you all the full process of how this is done. So, there we go. Alright, so. Get a nice strainer going on here. Now I keep forgetting that this pot that I'm using is actually metal, so I have to put on these so I don't burn myself. Alrighty then. Now, if you want to be interesting about this, you can always rinse the noodles off. Like after you cook it, let it sit there and drain, and then you can just rinse it out with cold water, and then add a little bit more water to it once you're done. And then add in the cheese, milk if you prefer to use milk and make it more creamier, or just do everything and stir it in, and there you go. That's all there really is to it. Nothing too special. This. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's not really that complicated. Next episode will be a little bit more complicated than this will be, so if you're bored with this one, I apologize, but it is what it is. Alright, so put this back on here. Just because I want to look goofy. What you looking at, fool? What you looking at, huh? Hmm? Sorry, I had to do it. And then I like to just strain it by bouncing it up and down. Oh crap! Oh, it's going all the way through. Look at that. Needle's going right through the bowl. Alrighty then. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Rest of the noodles out as much as I can. I always hate straining noodles too because they always like to stick into the pot as well. But, oh, more Dr. Pepper burps. Yes, I did wash my hands before I did this. For anybody who cares to know. Alright, so now that's done. I might have to add some water to that actually. Based on the looks of it. I might have to add some water to that to kind of give it more of a taste. And noodles. Nice little spit. Alright, now I don't know, I'm not going to be able to do the mixing process, but here we got the noodles. Now we're going to add in the cheese. Just watch it slam in there. Yes, there we go. So here you're going to get another view of me doing this. Holy my. Damn it, I put it on top of the freaking things. I got to hold it to stir it. Alright, now this is the worst part. Like I said, probably 3 or 4 times in this video. This is one of the worst parts for me to do because I can't stir this for crap. Ah, my cheese got off! No! Abandon my cheese! The cheese has abandoned the pasta! How dare it! How freaking dare the cheese do that to me? Made me look like a fool. Oh well. Alright, I don't know. I was about to say that I'm not gonna be no cheese, but it's literally a whole block of Velveeta, so. Alright, so there's that. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this to kind of get it zipping around a little bit here. I don't want to add too much water to it. Just enough to kind of get it going. Make it a little bit easier to stir. Alright. Oh, my cheese is burning. My cheese is burning. I need a little bit more butter too. Alright. I'm going to add a little bit more butter to this. Get this off. There we go. That's my butter. Butter. Right. Put on my safety hand. And let's finish cooking. So now we're getting this going on here. I wish I could show you the stirring process, but unfortunately I can't. Because I can't stir with one hand. And the cheese is melting to the pot, which I need to fix that before it burns the cheese. And hopefully you can see some of the mixture I'm going on here. I use a plastic spoon or really plastic over I don't even know what you'll call it actually, but it's like one of those strainer ones that you normally use for spaghetti, so it like lifts up the spaghetti a lot easier. I don't know what you'll call it. You can smell the gas on here too. Alright, there's the water. So now I'm starting to mix in the cheese, kind of make it easier to stir. Stirring up the pot. Stirring up the pot. I'm just making shit up. By stirring up the pot. Stirring up the pot. Stirring up the pot of pita cheese. Staring at the pot. Staring at the pot. Alright, it's looking better now, but still need to get all this cheese to roughly melt. And I put more cheese in here than normal, so it's gonna be extra cheesy. Ah, you bastards. Another man overboard. Man overboard. You hurt me left. I might have a little bit more water in this. Alright. Add a smidge of more water. That way you can loosen it up a little bit and we can get some mixture going on here. I actually thought that was too much water. Fuck. I had too much water now. Well, that fucking sucks with all. I guess we're gonna get a water taste to it now. I mean, the only way I could balance this out is if I added more cheese to it, but I don't really want to do that. Oh shit. Well, that's not good. Should have gone with a little less water, but that's okay. Because see, it makes it easier to mix it up now. Now we still got a bunch of freaking cheese tips left that we need to. Get it to melt. I mean, you don't have to melt it all the way if you don't want to. I mean, personally, I don't mind having a bit of clumps of cheese in there every once in a while. I mean, I love it, so it don't bother me one little bit to have clumps of cheese in here, but since I'm not the only one eating it, I'm not going to do that this time around. If you guys have any suggestions for me to put into this pot for episode 3.1, you can do that. Like hot dogs, sausages, maybe some bell peppers. We can throw some spices in here or something. Maybe throw some chicken, some hamburger meat or something in here. You kind of give it more of a flavorness. So anything you guys want to do, you can give it a try. I think my ex, when she made this, she added chicken to it, and made it kind of like the cheesy chicken spaghetti, which I wasn't really too big fan of that, but I mean, I'm down to giving it a try again. So, alright, here we go. Trying to mix it up for the most part. Most of it's pretty much melted. I'm going to leave a little bit of chunks in there because I like chunks. That's not too hot. Whoop, put it off here. Alright, and there we go. Show you guys the final product. Alright, there's the masterpiece. There is the... I wonder if I turn the light off, will I get better lighting? See if I get better lighting this way. Not really. How about we do this? That's highlight? Are you freaking kidding me? There's no light at all. That's low. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so here is the final creation. Nice cheese spaghetti here, and here is the man on board 1, 2, and 3 that decided to jump from the pot because they didn't want to be cooked and eaten. No, I got it. It's not exactly the same though because I had to add a little bit of water for mixtures, but so it's gonna be a little watery if you don't mind that.
I don't mind water.
Well,
Cheese.
I had to add a little bit of something so it mixes better.
You don't add water.
What else am I gonna add? I ain't gonna put that milk crap in there.
Butter. You put butter in.
I did put butter in there. I put butter, but I added a little bit of water to it. That's why it looks like that. But it'll taste just fine. If you don't like it, the next time you can make it, and I'll just video it. And I'll just do a recording so you don't have to be on camera or anything like that.
Here.
Oh dear Lord, here it goes. Alright. We got a beta tester for this episode. Alright. Let's hear the critics. Come on. Let's hear the feedback. Let's go. The only other thing I can do is maybe add some more cheese to it.
I've
That
got
might-
plenty of cheese.
Yeah,
It's just me.
it's just you.
It's just me.
Well, maybe with your sickness, you might not have the same taste buds. Your
That's
taste
what
buds?
I mean. It's just me.
Well, how's it taste?
It tastes okay. It doesn't have enough butter in it for me.
Really? I added like 2 whole scoops of butter into it. After I drained it, I added more butter to it because I knew it needed more butter. All right. Well, you heard it from the tester herself. It's okay. Well, I used a whole block of cheese, so are you gonna eat some of this? Or are you gonna pass now?
I'm gonna pass.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well. All right. Well. Take her word, take my word. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this delicious food that I just created, and I'm gonna debate over the name. But I am kind of leaning more toward kitchen beta testing. I'll talk over with some friends of mine and see how it goes. Anyways, so thank you for joining me for episode 3. I'll see you guys next time for episode 4. This is the 7 Shadows. And I will catch you guys later on a different stream.